trying to patch it up and go home and be with my baby. So what's up?
Probably need to move that damn bike out the way.
Shit, need to move it.
How you like that? Get out of my way, Rasheeda.
Look at me trying to run. Oh my God.
Yo.
Oh, shut up.
Fuck your couch, nigga. Buy another one, you rich motherfucker.
This ride has been crazy. I have been a bitch to my man.
Let's flip it on the business, put the personal to the side on the business. I can go and talk to who I want to talk to about management.
So basically, I'm about to get fired, is what you telling me. I mean, I'm asking you. So I'm about to get fired. The person who put their life on the line for you for 17 years, you gonna tell me you gonna fire me?
Rasheda!
Yeah.
So you feel comfortable enough to let this bitch roll up to my...
She's signed the deal, she's an artist. She'll be.
That don't mean... You got 100 artists. Do they be in his driveway?
No, they be in his bed. Oh, shit! No, they be in his bed.
Oh, you think that's your money? I don't think that's funny at all.
I need to see a DNA. This girl is telling me she got a baby by Kirk Frost. Frost who?
You know, you got to deal with facts. But what I do know is I know my husband. And I know that something ain't right about this story.
You don't.
Okay.
You couldn't do the dumb did.
I respect Will and Jada because they is the realest I ever. That's love to me. They rich, they got helicopters. I mean, I hear my man Will could do whatever he wants. I'm kind of envious of your life right now, Will. I kind of want that for me.
We ride together,
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
Honestly, if she really loved me, she would be happy if I'm happy. Let me do me. Let me find myself. And for me to be happy, I'm gonna need to have some fun.
Ooh, child, messy. For those of you that don't know, that is Kirk and Rasheeda Frost. They are veteran reality stars of the series Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Seriously, they have been on since season 1, and I believe they're like on season 12. And I think they started in like 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyway, they are back making headlines because of Kirk Frost's alleged, once again, cheating ways. Is it just something in the air when it comes to Atlanta men? So what I wanted to do today is to kind of do a deep dive on this particular couple, and here is why you should care. You should care because we need to understand and look at the perception of black love and a power couple and what that really looks like and what it really means. And of course, based on the publicly known antics of Kirk over the years, many people are befuddled, bewildered, and flabbergasted as to why Rasheeda chooses to continue to stay with him. They're like, girl, you still look good. Leave. But I believe there to be a more darker and almost sinister reason as to why Rasheeda is having a tough time ending that relationship if everything that they show in the media is true. And it's not just because of their multiple businesses. So you want to stay tuned for that. At one point, Kirk and Rasheeda were seen as the fairly ideal couple as far as ideal couples go in hip-hop and reality TV shows, until Kirk actually tried to convince his pregnant wife to get an abortion.
Okay, so what you telling me, you don't think the timing is right? What are you saying to me?
So I don't know. It's just too much already going on.
But I feel like of all the times of you talking to me saying that that's something that you want, and then even though, yes, we going through a little bump in the road that happens in people's life, I tell you something that the Lord is blessing us with, and you telling me, oh, the timing ain't good. Is the timing ever good? But the beautiful part about it is we'll have a child that we always talked about. We want another kid.
Yo, he actually had the nerve to ask this woman for a blood test, bro.
A blood test? I'll show you a blood test, all right.
Tell you what, the great thing for you is you still at a stage where you can X that right there out the picture.
Okay, it's time for you to leave.
And really,
It's time for you to go.
if you know what I know,
It's time
what
for
I
you to
heard,
go. You ready for the next outfit? Because you know what? You full of with that, and I don't want to
well,
hear
I'm
that.
gonna stay full of but you need to really put it on your brain.
No, I ain't putting nothing on my brain. What you need to do is be a father and man up and stop going through.
Today.
And
I've
that
been
money,
a father.
you know what?
I always do my job, so I ain't got no
But guess
problem.
what? Be a better husband. Be supportive.
I don't want to be a husband right now. For what?
That is some nasty work right there. That's probably the reason why he's sitting up here aging like milk, while Rasheeda looked like she didn't drink from the fountain of youth. Can you even imagine, as a woman, a husband that you've had for over a decade, not only questioning your fidelity, but also questioning if you should have his child and encouraging you to terminate you guys' child? And he would be the main one, the main fool, if she went and did that, crying and sliding down the wall about her having terminated their baby. You terminated our baby. I don't know if I can ever forgive you for listening to me when I was being stupid. Known for their roles on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, have been married since 1999. So you guys definitely want to keep those dates in mind. Now, of course, we all know, if we are people who are fans of the show, their marriage has faced numerous challenges, infidelity, trust issues, and it's not something that they kept hidden from the show. Now, the way that it's marketed is, despite these obstacles, quote unquote, they've managed to stay together and work on their relationships. So in terms of their business, they own and operate a successful fashion boutique called Press, with locations in Atlanta and Houston. They also co-own Frost Bistro and Bar in Atlanta, which has become a popular spot in the city nightclub scene.
Atlanta, check out Frost Bistro. You can stack any waffles with fried chicken. They have new menu items here. Gotta get the fried lobster with the crab claws and grits, or you gotta try the new BBL drink where they inject.
High key, that shit look good as hell though.
Bro, back the fuck up.
Why are you being mean to me?
Bucky. Yeah,
Why is he?
Because it's Mother's Day. I'm being mean because I was going to give it to you.
No, wait. He's being mean to me. Ladies, listen. We're not tolerating that crap. So I'll tell you what. Come to Frost Bistro on Mother's Day.
But you want my bowl.
He's so tired of her. Anyway, now this year they've continued to focus on expanding their business ventures and maintaining their presence in the entertainment industry. Now, with Rasheeda, she first began her rap career in the late 1990s. Now, she initially gained recognition as a member of the hip-hop duo The Capers. Now, you might not be familiar with the Capers, but you are probably very familiar with her group mate, KP, who made a very popular song back in 1997 called Shorty Swing My Way. Shorty swing my way. Now, Rasheeda ended up releasing her first album in 1998. After that, her and the Capers, they went their separate ways, and then Rasheeda launched her solo career in 2001 with the release of her debut album, Dirty South. That being said, you want to keep in mind that it was 1999 when they got married. So it was literally a year after she released her first album on D-Lo Entertainment, which is Kirk's independent label. Still in all, you might not be convinced as to why she is still dealing with him after all that's been said and done, and maybe this might help you to gain some insight into the way she might view him.
After mixtape, like a nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, period.
And those shits were paying the bills. When I say we stayed booked,
I was
probably
like
was booked
real
for 12
underground female.
to 14 years.
Wow.
Non-stop
Wow.
booking every fucking weekend.
You know, and people say, you never had a big hit, you never had, if you, once you understand the business,
Right.
that shit ain't even about that. Even though I did have a.
You want to be paid or you want to be popular?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to be
You wanna
paid
have
or
the money.
popular.
And for me, I used to tell people,
And I'm still paid off of my music.
Right.
Because we own it.
And this is what I used to always tell her. We're not going to get into those conversations with these people who, your masters are owned by your label.
Exactly.
You own nothing.
Exactly.
But for me, I never respected that. Number one, I was like, first of all, I'm going to start with Vibrate. When I did do the deal with Jive, and gave it to Petey Pablo for his second single. What he had, Freak League first? Keep in mind, we kept a certain percentage of the. We just started getting all these movie placements out of nowhere. It just came like crazy. So now they came and they needed a record. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, and this person from Sony kept blowing my phone up. Rasheeda got a record out now, My Bubblegum. This is off a mixtape. A record I had. She didn't want to do the record. The only reason she did this record because me and the guy named Jacob said we're gonna get this shit to Kaya.
Okay.
You don't want to do. Was it Kaya? Who was it?
It was Gangsta Boo.
Gangsta Boo. We was gonna get it. We had to trick her. So we had to trick her. Say if you don't record this record, we giving this shit to another female.
Yeah.
This shit is gonna go.
Yeah.
She did not want to do this record, right? And this is the record that really took us into real money.
Yep.
Independently. And that record is platinum. Independently.
More of the story. Listen to Kirk. No, it's like
so the movie is coming out and it's called Mall Cop. The record putting it on Robin. They just keep needing licenses. So it's 2 in the morning, yo, we running into a jam, we can't get this shit licensed. Could you have it done by 10 o'clock in the morning? I'm gonna do better than that, you're gonna have it by 5. Read through the contract, no lawyer, nothing like this, signed off. I got $8,000 for her and $8,000 because I was the label. So we was just, low money.
Yeah.
But then when this big record came, it was like, I was scared to do the Sony paperwork because it was so thick. Usually the deals was like 2, 3 pages. I could handle it. This thick one came. It was $85,000 was the advance on the record. So the label get $85 for being the publisher, and the artist get their percentage for being the artist and the writer. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna let it was a publishing company we was dealing with, Honey Pot or something like that. I said, I'm gonna let them help me facilitate it because I'm gonna be honest. Greenberg Drug at that point in time? It was the fucking deal.
So you can actually catch that whole thing on the Earn Your Leisure YouTube channel. But if you were catching everything that Kirk was saying, he was simply saying that he learned how to leverage licensing. He owns the masters to the music, and as they're married, it's community property. They're getting residuals off of it. He made some really good deals, and basically he took her out of poverty or mediocrity. Basically, he helped her get rich. He took her talent to the next level. She didn't turn into any Nicki Minaj, but she definitely has a cornerstone in Atlanta, and she's definitely holding her own financially with all of their business ventures. She sees him as a shrewd, smart businessman who can lead and carry and take their family to the next level when it comes to anything. Aside from the infidelities that have been revealed about him, that kind of behavior in terms of being able to be trusted with money, finance, and leadership is extremely important to a woman. And dare I say, twice as important to a black woman. Okay? So I know you're probably thinking, okay, if you met one rich cheater, you met them all, right? But at the end of the day, what if he is all she has ever really known? What if he raised her? We just discussed the truth. Now I'm going to give you my hypothesis of what I believe the lie is.
But a number, throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. This loving I have for you, it'll never change.
So I looked, and I did not find out much about Kirk and Rasheeda's early years. clearly they want it that way. So what I did find, obviously, was stuff that mostly is out in the public. However, there were some loose ends that they did not tie up. I did see that Kirk had 5 children prior to getting married to Rasheeda. The second thing I did see is that Rasheeda is supposedly 48 years old. Now, I'm going to tell you, she is the epitome of black don't crack, baby, because she looks good. She looks good. Okay. So, hey, big ups to Rasheeda for that. However, what I noticed was it states that she actually released her first album in 1998 with the Capers. And remember, she married Kirk in 1999. Now, if that's the case, based on what the internet says her age is, she would have been 23 when she actually married Kirk, and 22 when she released her album with the Capers. Okay, great. Now, there is this article from VH1, which is the network that pumps out the most content about them, that says the Capers were signed to D-Lo management and Rasheeda was, underage. So her mom had to sign her paperwork. Yep, link in the article in the description box. Make sure you check it. And it says it right here in black and white, she was underage. So if she was underage, let's just say, for the sake of argument, she was 17. In Georgia, when you're 18, you're an adult, you can sign off on your paperwork, you're no longer considered a minor. So with that being said, if she was underage, why would she be with an independent label for 5 years before her music was released? That doesn't track. Usually when a parent is getting involved to sign something, that's because they're about to take an action. Now, if they were a larger label where they do artist development or they shelf people and do all this craziness, then boom, that makes sense. But if you're a smaller label, you're trying to get to the bag. You're trying to get to the money. So if her mother signed that, for the sake of argument, she would have had to have been 17. It just doesn't track that they would wait 5 years to release her music and her group's music for the first time. That doesn't track. Just based on what I know about how independent labels move. That being said, it would be right to assume that Rasheeda met Kirk when she was 16 or 17 years old. Now, I've never seen a woman lie about her age to make herself older, but hey, it's 2024. We're learning a lot of crazy stuff this year. So if she needed her mother's permission to move forward with the contract, I'm going to assume that she was 16 or 17 years old. Her music was released, generally with a smaller independent label, within the year. Her and her group, right? And then the following year, when she turned 18, she married Kirk. So to me, it sounds like a groomer. And I would say that that doesn't sound too far-fetched, given the fact that Kirk had 5 children prior. So many women are definitely not trying to get entangled with a man with 5 children prior who are that young. But, just thinking logically here. So now we can kind of connect the dots on why she might be so dependent on him. He is not only her business partner, her husband, her lover, her confidant, her quote-unquote friend, although he's not acting like much of a friend lately. He is also the man that raised her. He is like a father figure to her. So imagine trying to walk away from the man that gave you your identity and built you up to the woman that you are currently. This is the reason why a lot of men long for the days when they were able to get with really young women to mold them into the type of women that they wanted them to be so that they could be most pleased with them. And Rasheda is a beautiful woman with a beautiful mind, but it looks like her codependency is very strong to her husband, Kirk Frost. It is one of those situations where she probably believes that she really can't survive without him. And in walks these young hotties like Ashley Nicole in season 4. No wonder she was so worried about the girl. And now look at the new baby mother.
I called this meeting today to talk about Cannon and his defect situation with Jasmine. I'm definitely glad Rasheeda decided to join, but I'm worried on how it's gonna go. We've had our issues with Jasmine in the past.
I know I'm the last person that you want to talk to on this earth right now. That was some real bull. You know how you with my family. There's really nothing you can say to me. See you later.
And the internet is giving Rasheeda a true proper dragging for not taking action when it appears that he's back up to his old tricks again. Facebook, a user writes, Kirk wants to divorce Rasheeda. This is why he had that baby. However, many, if not most men, will not leave you first, not unless they have something else ready to go. But he's not sure that Jasmine will be with him if he leaves Rasheeda, which I don't think she will. I don't even think that Jasmine is attracted to Kirk like that. I low-key think Jasmine is attracted to Rasheeda. Crazy, I know, but every time she comes around, all she talks about is Rasheeda. And remember, she is also considered to be a queer black woman. So she seems to be more interested in Rasheeda, if you ask me. Now, the user goes on to say this is especially common behavior in Gen X men specifically. Many men will force you to leave them first so that they can frame you as the bad guy by doing increasingly worse and worse things to hurt you until you get fed up. Terrible. Low integrity, cowardly. Seriously. Unfortunately for Kirk, Rasheeda will not leave him, like Scrappy said. He likely doesn't know where to go from here to get her off of him. And she forgave the baby and accepted the child into their home. You could tell he's frustrated by this and her. Literally, you can. Many men cannot accept being single, especially men who have been spent decades married. He needs the chaos and emotional involvement and labor of a relationship for him to feel emotionally secure. If he had to sit with himself and be single, he'd be alone with his own thoughts, and the last thing he wants is any time to possibly introspect. Take this as a lesson that men will tell you via actions they don't want you before they tell you with their words, if they ever say it with their words at all. Woo! And they say a lot of immature, unevolved men want their cake and eat it too. I'll do you one better. I'll say they want their Kamala Harris in Sexy Red too, or their Michelle Obama and their Sukiana too. And they don't want the Michelle trying to be the Suki and the Suki trying to be the Michelle. They want both of them at the same time. And I will also venture to say that I believe he's trying to groom to now accept Jasmine as an unofficial second wife.
How do I normally be?
You came to the door a few times in your birthday suit. You don't think that's happened?
Kidding me?
So that's never happened?
Oh, you making up now.
I don't know what you trying to do, what you trying to pull, but it's okay. Cause listen, I don't erase no message.
And I'm not saying it like I've never.
I don't erase nothing. Take this mic off of me. Listen.
A user on TikTok said that he keeps on circling back around to this woman because he got feelings for her. And I 100% agree. Okay, he put a baby in her because he has feelings for her. He wanted to make sure that he could come back and have a reason to come back. Kirk literally said that he admires the fact that Will Smith gets to do whatever he wants to do, even though that comment didn't age well. He also said that if Rasheeda really loved him, she would let him be free and be happy. And so that is what he wants to do. He feels that, hey, we rich, we living good, now let me get something on the side. And the internet continues their drag of poor Rasheeda. I truly do hope that Rasheeda opens her eyes and sees the writing on the wall and does what's in her best interest to take care of herself. Sometimes we have to accept that a relationship has gone as far as it can go, or get another man on the side. Get another man on the side and don't get mad, get even. You know, live your best life as well. And he don't got to know. I mean, TLC made it known that you can do that. You can do that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will definitely see you on the next one.